Life struggles, happy moments, bad times, and unforgettable memories.
Join us as we talk about our lives and share a laugh or two with us as we bring you along on our crazy journey called life. Welcome to Two Wives, One World.
Welcome back to another drama-filled episode of Two Wives, One World.
This is the most drama-filled episode yet. So
Ever.
Buckle in. It's going to be crazy. Aww. And as you all can see, we have lovely contestant Joy.
Joy B.T. Smith.
Joy B.T. Smith.
She is a corgi that likes long walks outside and throwing balls and chasing them.
Yes.
Her favorite food is smoked salmon kibble. And she would be a great contestant for this year's Bachelor.
And here, sitting on this computer chair, is our next contestant, 11. He's soft, he's a redhead, and he likes to stir up some drama. So if you like these contestants, stick with us. You're going to not want to miss this. You don't.
No.
It's going to be great. But welcome back, guys.
Yeah, welcome back to another amazing episode. If you guys couldn't tell, our episode this week is about The Bachelor, one of the most talked about TV shows since it started airing. How many seasons ago? I have no idea.
I think this is season 24.
Wow. Wow.
I think that's insane.
That is insane. I started watching The Bachelor on Colton's season, so that was 2 seasons ago from this one.
I'm trying to think of who I watched one of them. I can't remember if it was The Bachelorette or The Bachelor, but I got into it for a little bit, but then I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit. But I got back into it, and now we have each other to talk to you about this, and now we have you guys to talk to about this. And I've got to say, at first, I was like, oh, I'm not going to get that into it. Like, I'm going to watch it, and I like it, but oh my gosh.
It's so good.
It's so good.
So, if any of you guys know me and Cassidy, we're not very drama-filled people. Like, in our personal lives, we don't like to have drama.
No.
But watching these other girls be so dramatic and like fighting over this one guy is so interesting because I would never put myself in that kind of situation.
Oh, me either. And we'll talk a little bit about it later on in the episode about, how we think we would deal with that. But it's just going to be a great episode. So way before we start talking about anything, if you guys are watching this season of The Bachelor with Peter and I think this is the 4th episode, a 3rd episode?
5th. I think it's the 5th. It's week 5.
Yes. If you aren't caught up, don't listen any further because we are going to be spoiling some things that you don't want spoiled. So just a quick warning before we get started. If you guys are either watching it or you want to watch it, don't listen any further because we have some tea to spill.
Yes.
So excited. But before we roll into it, Nikki, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what is in your cup?
So, on this episode of What Is in Your Cup, it is going to be the most drama-filled cup you have ever seen. Anyway, that's my Bachelor talk. So I've shown this cup before. I got this at Disney World on our honeymoon. It has all of the princess castles on it. And on the inside it says Once Upon a Time and Happily Ever After.
That is so cute. I'm obsessed with that.
This is my favorite mug.
That is adorable. And what do you have in it?
So, I'm not one to drink Mountain Dew. I like red Mountain Dew. But I'm not one to drink like normal Mountain Dew, but I have normal Mountain Dew in here because our fridge is filled with pop because we've had people coming in and working on our house and, people drink pop. I don't really drink pop, so I'm just trying to get it out of our fridge for right now.
There you go. I feel that. Very good choice. That is a drama-filled drink.
A drama-filled drink. What is in your cup today?
Well, today I have a Fleetwood Mac World Tour cup, which I bought whenever I saw them. And the really cool thing about this is if you bought this at the venue, you got free water for the rest of the night. And some of the proceeds went towards charities that make sure kids have clean water and stuff. So I thought that was really cool. So I have a Fleetwood Mac in concert water bottle, and I actually took some inspiration off you, and I actually have green tea in this bad boy, but it is sweating so bad because I have so much ice in it. There's like water everywhere, like from in it. But I was crazy. I got some, and that's what I'm going to be sipping on. So those of you listening, let us know, what are you drinking with us tonight?
Yes, what is in your cup? And what is your cup? Let us know.
Yes, and what is your favorite drink?
And what is your favorite place to buy cups?
Yes, and what's your favorite cup? No, but yeah, so I guess we can go ahead and get into it. I'm really excited for this episode. I can't wait. I can't wait. So I guess for those of you that don't watch the show, Nikki, how would you explain it? In a nutshell, what is the show?
Okay, so The Bachelor or Bachelorette, because there's a Bachelor and then there's a Bachelorette. You either have one boy or one girl that goes into a house, and I think it starts with 20 people. Like, 20 people that are interested in dating this person come to the house. They go on group dates, and then they go on one-on-one dates. And every episode, the Bachelor or the Bachelorette gives out roses to the people they want to stay. So, like, 2 or 3 people leave every episode that they don't feel a connection with. At the end of the season, they pick one person, and normally it ends in an engagement, but of course the seasons that I have watched have not ended up in an engagement. So I'm kind of hoping that happens this time, but we'll see.
Yes, it is good. And I know what some of you are probably thinking. Why would you want to watch a show about a guy with all these girls or a girl with all these guys? Listen, it's entertaining. If you like drama, if you like craziness, if you like basically just tea spilling, this is the show for you because it's so entertaining. And at first you're kind of like, maybe I'll get into it. But then you get into it and you get attached to characters.
Yes. And like once you watch one season, it's like you want to watch them all because so like I started with Colton's season and I didn't know anybody obviously. I didn't know who Colton was, but I was like, okay, he seems like a cool guy. I'll start watching it. Well, I started watching it. I watched it the whole way through. Got really invested into the characters. Characters like it's made up. Got really invested to the people on the show. Then they came up with a Bachelorette, which they picked the Bachelorette out of the group of girls that person didn't pick. So the Bachelorette actually comes from the previous season, and that ended up being Hannah Brown. And I was like, oh, I really liked Hannah Brown. So of course I watched that season. And then Hannah's season, I was like, oh man, I really like Peter. And then who did they pick to be the next Bachelor was Peter. So I was like, well, I gotta watch this season. And the circle just continues.
Oh, I know. I'm starting to get addicted. Now that I've been watching this, I am excited for The Bachelor. I can't wait to see who they're going to pick, and I can't wait to see who's going to end up with him. So, who is the Bachelor? So, since I didn't watch Hannah Brown's season, what did you learn about Peter from the episodes that you watched in the season before?
Okay, so Peter. Just going off of everybody else that was in Hannah's house at the time, Peter was definitely the most down-to-earth guy there. He's kind of nerdy, to be honest. Like, he's a flight attendant. He's a pilot, sorry. He's a pilot, and, let's just say Hannah wasn't sure yes, that's Peter. Hannah wasn't sure exactly if she was attracted to him because I'm just gonna say Tyler Cameron, which was the first runner up. drop dead gorgeous. Not even kidding. But so it ended up being Peter, Tyler C, and Jed. So she ends up sending Peter home whenever they have their overnight, I think is what they call it. So they spent the night together in a windmill. Anybody knows what I'm talking about? Just gonna say, Peter changed Hannah's mind that night. But she did end up sending him home because she felt like she had stronger feelings for Tyler C and Jed. So just continuing Hannah's story, she ends up picking Jed, which they got engaged. She found out Jed actually had a girlfriend back home, and he only came on the show to, like, try to, like, put his music out there, because he was a musician. So, she finds that out, goes to the after show, right, explains everything to everybody, that her and Jed aren't engaged anymore, she left him, blah, blah, blah. Then Tyler C shows up, and is, like, talking on the show, and he's, like, she asked him for drinks afterwards, pretty much. So she's like, oh, I'm gonna get with Tyler C. Well, here, Tyler C was hanging out with Gigi Hadid. Is that her last name?
Yes.
So he was hanging out with Gigi Hadid. So he was off the market.
What?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And then we will get into this season a little bit more because Hannah does show up. And we'll talk about that later. But going into Peter's season, he actually grew up right down the road from the Bachelor mansion.
That's crazy.
Which is so cool. And he is now the Bachelor, and I think he's, like, super pumped for it.
I just really hope he finds the one.
Me too. He's so sweet.
He's really cute. Like, he's the type of guy that you'd like to see your sister with. Like, type of guy that you'd want to see somebody in your family be with, just because he's so you can tell he's genuine. And you can tell he has feelings too. Like, I like how you can kind of tell that he gets emotional over these things, and that's what really makes a man, like, the man, is like when he's not afraid to show his emotions and he's not afraid to tell, how he feels. I think that's awesome. So you basically summed up last season. Was last season the season where everybody was so upset because she picked somebody else? And
yes.
Okay, so was that basically, I know about Tyler C. Was everybody rooting for him? Like, was that okay?
Yes. Now, first off, let me pull up his Instagram first of all.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know who Tyler C is, I guarantee by the end of this podcast you're going to be following him on Instagram. Because he is a beautiful human being, and not only is he beautiful, he was so sweet, down to earth, like, as a family man, like a construction worker, so he's a hard worker. Hannah really, like, she messed up when she didn't pick him. Okay, so first of all, let me find... Okay. Here he is.
Wow, okay. Hi.
So, here he is again.
Okay, hi, Tyler C.
Right? And he's just so cute. I can't.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. And I'm actually scrolling through Peter's Instagram. Wow. And I've got to say that Hannah Brown these guys are gorgeous men. Like, I don't know how I would ever choose. Like, it would really have to come down to their personalities for me, but it's just crazy. I can't wait to find out. I cannot wait to find out who Peter ends up with.
I know.
I can't wait. So I guess let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the current season. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Watching the first episode, I was kind of like, I don't really know who I like. It's like, I watch it, and there are some girls that seem very down to earth and very genuine. But at the same time, there are some girls I was just watching through, like, their little introductions that they do, and I was like, I'm not really impressed with anybody. Like,
right.
I really liked Victoria P. I liked her in the beginning. And who was the other one? I don't remember who the other one was that I really liked. I don't think they're on anymore. Go figure. The people I like never win. But, um, was there anybody that you saw from the beginning you were like, oh, I hope she wins?
So I really liked Victoria P.
Hmm.
I really liked Kelly.
Yes.
And these are the people I still like too. I really liked McKenna.
McKenna.
Yeah. I just, I always go for the very genuine kind of people.
Hmm.
Like, if I don't get a good vibe for them or I feel like they're too drama filled, I don't normally pick them.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually really funny because with Colton's season, whenever the people like introducing themselves at the beginning, I picked Cassie, which is the girl he ended up picking. Very first episode, I was like, I want her to win.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's
that's
awesome.
who he ended up picking, and I was like, what?
Yes. It's like I win. That is
So,
awesome.
so
Yeah,
I'm kind of trying to do that with Peter this time to see if I can do it.
if you had to pick one, who would you choose out of the three you named?
I had to pick one. I would probably say, oh, this is so hard.
I know.
I'd probably say McKenna because I feel like she really is like devoted to Peter.
Hmm.
And although she's not getting much screen time right now, I feel like that's a good thing because she's not being like dramatic or like causing the attention to be on her. Like she is
Yep.
just there for Peter,
Yep. I agree. I
if
agree.
that makes sense.
No, it definitely does because you can tell what girls like to be on the screen. You can
Yeah.
just tell. And I'll just be honest, the one girl I have not been able to stand since the first episode is Hannah Ann.
Hannah
I,
and
ever since the first episode, I don't know what it is about her. She just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, she's a model, and she's just the type of girl that she just I don't know. She acts like she's sweet, but she very and ever since and I don't know, it's weird because I know I like Kelsey, but at the same time I don't see her being wife material. But the only reason I like her so much is because she called Hannah Ann out on the first episode because Hannah Ann popped open the champagne that Kelsey had brought from home that she got for her birthday. And Kelsey basically called her out, calling her a pretty princess and fake and all this. So that's one reason
yes.
I liked Kelsey. But if I had to choose out of the girls that he's taken out on a one-on-one, I would have to either say I would choose. See, I don't even know. Victoria P. And I really liked how Madison got along with his family.
Yes, I did too. I liked her.
One of those two. I like Kelly a lot, but in this last episode, it was almost like she doesn't. I think she knows what she wants, but I feel like she said, they're on different levels. So we'll just have to see how that works out.
You
But
know, I almost forget about Madison because she's one of those ones like McKenna that like isn't demanding the attention
yep, and I
like
think
the other ones do. Oh, she's a good one. That was a good answer.
yep, because I think it was one of the first one-on-one dates. He took her to his parents were renewing their vows.
Which was so sweet.
And she like danced with his mom and his grandma and everybody and got along with them real good. So I think if I absolutely had to pick somebody right now, I think it would be Madison.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good pick.
I just can't wait to see. But knowing my luck, something's gonna blow up in my face. I'm gonna be wrong. But
Yeah, but you know what? It's not about being right or wrong. It's about love.
exactly. And hoping that he finds it, and I hope he doesn't get his heart broke again because the poor guy.
I
Oh,
know.
before we talk about, well, I guess we can talk about this in the dates. Um, so with your favorites, was there a favorite date so far? Like,
Oh,
was there a date where you're like, oh, I really like this date. I wish I could do this in real life?
like one-on-one dates or group dates?
I think one-on-one.
Okay, the last night's episode where he went on a picnic, like, was it? Yeah, it had to be by that waterfall.
Yeah,
It was breathtaking. It was so beautiful.
I know. I'm obsessed, man. That would be so cool. But like we were saying on Monday night, or how was last night? They have probably an unlimited budget. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
definitely.
these dates are expensive.
The
And
Bachelor makes so much money.
and I honestly think that my favorite out of all the dates would be going to the amusement park and then the concert afterwards. I think that would be a lot of fun. Even though that waterfall was beautiful, I would take that too.
Right.
But oh my gosh, man, I want to go exploring.
Let's just
But
take each other on a date.
yeah, let's do it. Let's pick a date and we'll go. We'll fly. I'll meet you there and we'll have a great time.
It'd be awesome.
But with the group dates, was there one that was kind of like, what the heck? Like, what are they doing?
I honestly didn't like the pilot training. I mean, like, I understand because Peter is a pilot, which is awesome, but like, I don't know, I just didn't enjoy it. Like, I would not enjoy that date.
Oh, me either. It was almost just kind of like you were fighting each other, but it almost wasn't fair because, like, to get the date, you had to be the last one to finish the obstacle course or the first.
Yeah.
And what if you're like out of shit? What if you like just aren't coordinated? Then you have like no chance. That's one thing with me. I was like, I would not enjoy this at all.
Yeah, me either.
It was.
But what about you?
I really was uncomfortable with the date, which we never got to see because someone interrupted the date. Was the date where they had to go in and they basically were going to talk about an intimate moment that they've had, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, that would have been so interesting.
And I think they had to write down their first time or something like that. They had to write it down, and they never got that far because Hannah Brown expressed her feelings to Peter.
Yes. So can we talk about that real quick? Because
Yes.
so I explained to you guys how, like, at the after show for Hannah's season, she asked Tyler C to get a drink with her. Well, Peter called her out on that because he was like, "Why didn't you ask me for a drink?" Like, that really upset me that you picked him over me. Like, if you have feelings for me, why didn't you pick me during that and not Tyler C? Or why I don't want to be your third pick was pretty much what he said.
Dang, poor Peter.
But that was after the fact that he asked her to join the house. Like, what?
I cannot believe that she didn't. I honestly can't believe they didn't hook, line, and sink that idea. I cannot believe it.
I know.
Can you imagine how different this show would be right now if she was in the house?
Yes. I'm kind of glad she didn't because I don't feel like that would be fair to Peter or
No.
any of the other girls in the house.
Nope.
But like, okay, Hannah had her chance. She was on The Bachelor, she was the Bachelorette, and then she went back for Peter. Like, Peter had the right to say no.
Yep, she needs to figure out what she wants.
And then on top of all of that, she goes on Dancing with the Stars and has a single smoking hot partner and ends up winning Dancing with the Stars. Sorry. It just makes me so angry because I'm like, girl, you had enough TV time.
Yeah, it's time for you to step away and let somebody else have this limelight. Honestly. But that was an insane moment. And what happened with the date I was talking about with the talking about an intimate moment thing is he called off that date with the girls because of what Hannah Brown came back and basically said, expressed her feelings towards him, and the girls didn't get to go and finish that date. So I thought that was just crazy.
And that wasn't the first time that Hannah showed up. So Hannah actually showed up the first night at the mansion, which I'm watching the first episode again in the background as we're recording this, and Hannah actually just walked out of the limo. But She shows up the first night, comes out of the limo, Peter's freaking jaw drops, obviously. And what she does is she comes up, hands him these little pilot wings that he gave her during her season and says, I hope you give these to somebody that steals your heart, pretty much. Like, to be your co-pilot, is I think how she put it.
I wonder if he's gonna, on the last episode, I wonder if he's gonna give those wings to whoever he chooses.
I hope so.
Because I forgot about that until just now.
So did I. Until I saw Hannah Brown and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, Hannah Brown. Oh boy. Oh boy. I can't. So how do you feel about the waterfall photo shoot?
You know, I liked it. I did. I thought it was. Think it would be an awkward date because you're posing with a bunch of women, and then like the ones where Peter was, like he's macking out with another girl while the other two girls are standing there like.
And being photographed.
Yeah, in bikinis, like you're half naked anyway.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that they got to be in Cosmo. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, okay, guys, we couldn't have thought of another group date that wasn't so, I don't know. I mean, I would already feel vulnerable because I would be in a bikini.
Right.
But on top of that, posing with other women and with Peter, and I don't know. I just, it was a cool date, but at the same time, I wouldn't really consider that a group date. You know what I mean? It's almost just kind of like an event.
Well, and like, we'll talk about this later, so I'm not really going to bring it up yet. But like, the swimming, like, I don't understand. Why did it have to be a swimming suit photo shoot?
Yeah, why couldn't it have been a regular photo shoot?
I mean, I get the beautiful waterfall was there, but like, there's so many other places you could have took pictures at.
Oh, I agree.
What's another date that they had? Oh, they had like a fashion show.
Yeah, that was cool because they got to choose whatever outfit they wanted to so they could feel comfortable.
Yes.
That was a good one. And then they had the football where the girls played against each other.
Oh, I would love that date. That group date would be so much fun.
That would have been fun. In the Cleveland Browns Stadium.
Yes. The Browns, of course. Hannah Brown.
Oh, no! I didn't even think of that.
I just thought that now.
And then, of course, the pillow fight episode.
Oh, the pillow fighting would be fun, too.
Yep.
But those girls got, like, dangerous.
I know, they didn't care. They were savages. They did not care. I mean, at one point I was like, okay, girls, like, I know you want to win Peter, but dang, they were going hard.
Yeah, the girls had to like pillow fight each other, and whoever went the hardest got a date with Peter.
Yep. And
so like
being Alea.
Was it really?
I think so, because didn't she get the tiara at the end?
Oh yeah, I think she did.
I'm trying to think, because what did they do for a date? Did they do anything? Maybe it wasn't.
I think he just like spent a little bit extra time with her during like the one-on-one session.
Okay. That makes more sense. But yeah, so far the dates have been pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do on Wednesday. Which, guys, this week there are 2 episodes, which is going to be of The Bachelor, which is going to be super exciting. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And I think it's another 3-hour episode.
Is it really?
I think so. I'm not sure, but I think it might be.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I know. I'm about to be dragging on Thursday morning. I'm going to be tired.
Same.
But I think those dates were really cool. And I know that this is going to be a crazy topic, because where do we even start with this one? But drama.
Well, this show is all drama.
The most drama-filled season yet.
So all of the seasons are the most drama-filled season. We already touched on Hannah Brown because I just couldn't hold that in anymore. So let's talk about. I'm trying to think of where to start.
The very first one was Kelsey in the champagne bottle. We kind of touched on it. But I think it was, I don't know. Part of me thinks it was funny, but another part of me thought maybe she was being a little dramatic, but.
So, do you think Hannah Ann did it on purpose?
I do. Well, I don't know. I think the part of me that doesn't like her wants to think that she did it on purpose. But at the same time, I guess, how would you know that it wasn't set up for anybody? But
Right.
I think the thing that made me mad is just how she just kind of like didn't genuinely seem sorry. That basically what happened is Kelsey got a bottle of champagne for her birthday, and she saved it to bring it on The Bachelor to open with Peter to have with him. So she sets it up, and Hannah Brown, anyways, Hannah Ann gets Peter and sees the champagne and is like, oh, champagne, let's open it. So she opens it, and Kelsey finds out, and Kelsey wigs out, calls her out over it, is crying over it. And then the funny part about it is that there was another bottle of champagne, and they opened it while the glasses got knocked over. So he told her to take a drink of it out of the bottle, and the bottle of champagne sprays her in the face with champagne.
It was my favorite part of the episode.
It was so funny.
She literally tips it up and it just goes.
It explodes on her face. But the big thing that was between Hannah Ann and Kelsey is that Kelsey thought that Hannah Ann sabotaged it, and Hannah Ann said she didn't, and all this. And anyways, Kelsey calls her out and calls her fake and a princess and all this. And it was just insane, guys. It was crazy.
Yeah. I personally think that Hannah Ann didn't mean to drink it because they did have another station set up with champagne.
Yeah, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Like, that would be kind of confusing because if they say, hey, we have a station set up with champagne, and you see a station set up with champagne, like, you just automatically think that's it.
That's true. That is true. I will give her the benefit of the doubt. I just don't like her.
Yeah, she's just very fake. Like, I feel like she's just on the show to gain the
followers.
Yes.
And this other thing is like, do you look at her face and see plastic surgery?
I haven't, but I haven't really looked that close yet.
I look at her and there's either something with her lips or her nose that just seems like off. But
well, most girls on this show have some kind of Botox or whatever.
Lip injections or extensions or
yeah.
And it's just like, I'm too afraid to get my lips done because if they get botched, it's your lips and they're on your face. So it's like, I'm good.
Well, I'm like, why don't you just be happy with the lips you have?
Yes, embrace your inner beauty. And we'll talk about that in there are a couple more sections, but at the end of the show, we'll talk a little more about that. But
yeah.
So what was after that? What was memorable drama after that you were like, oh man?
Okay, so Victoria F. Her and Peter go on this one-on-one date where he takes her to an amusement park, which we talked about. He takes her to an amusement park, and they have it all to themselves. Wasn't it like in Ohio?
I think it was Cedar Point.
Yeah, so it wasn't very far from here, or far from me, I guess. But he takes her to this amusement park all by themselves. They ride all these roller coasters and do all this fun stuff. Then he has set up a private concert with Chase Rice because he knows she loves country music.
Yes.
Which is, so sweet. They start they have this little platform that they go up and dance together. And you can tell, like, Victoria F just feels awkward. And we come to find out that she actually dated Chase Rice, and it's her ex-boyfriend that she dated right before she came on this show.
Yikes.
So, needless to say, it had to be awkward having your ex-boyfriend serenade you and the guy that she left you for.
That is very awkward.
Like, I think I felt worse for Chase Rice than I felt for Victoria F.
Right? That would be so sad.
And she did end up telling Peter, and he was like, oh, well, do you still have feelings for him? And she was like, no, I wouldn't come on this show if I still had feelings for him. So, everything worked out for her, but, like, it was just hilarious.
Oh, yeah. And then somebody else comes back and talks about that because she had her social media. But there's a girl named Alea that was a pageant beauty queen, whatever.
Yeah.
And was it Sydney that called her out? Somebody
Yes.
called her out and said that she was fake and like turns on a show whenever the cameras are on. Like she's a totally different person. Well, basically, the rumors get spilt to Peter about her being fake. And long story short, all the girls, basically warn him and say that she's fake. So he tells her to leave. Well, at the rose ceremony, he doesn't pick her. Well, anyways, he's like, that didn't feel right to me, blah, blah, blah. So the next episode, which is the episode where Victoria F was with Peter in the Chase Bryce situation, Alea comes back and says, I basically want to clear my name.
Yeah.
And she comes back and all these girls are like, I can't believe this. And what is she doing? And well, Alea tells everyone that Victoria F dated Chase Rice. And Victoria F goes off and complains. And basically, Alea gets a rose because Peter takes her back and all this. Well, it was just horrible. Basically, it feels like almost the entire episode was based off the Alea drama and her coming back. And it was almost like, okay, guys, can we stop and get on with it?
Yeah, because like literally none of the other girls get to have time with Peter and show them who they are because everything is consumed with like Alea.
Yep.
Sorry guys, I'm still fighting a cold. But yeah, I did not like Alea. I thought she was so fake. And like you can tell when somebody is being fake.
Mhm. Yep. And you can tell when somebody just is there to stir the pot too. And she was one of those girls. It was just, oh my gosh, I can't. And now we have another episode of drama with Kelsey.
Yes.
And basically, don't get me wrong, I think I'd be the same way. If I was on that show and I knew there were girls going on one-on-one dates with a man I had feelings for, I'd be upset too. I would be quote unquote emotionally unstable too. I'd be crying. But Tammy basically says, oh, well, Kelsey's emotionally unstable and alcoholic tendencies and popping pills and all this. And so there's a new drama with Kelsey. And it almost feels to me like every episode is going to have a new circle of drama. And it's like, right whenever you think the episode's going to go smooth and there isn't going to be any issues, somebody has to go off on someone or start a rumor. And it's like, this is exhausting.
It's the most drama-filled season yet.
They are not kidding, guys. They are not joking. They are serious. But man, what drama do you think is just most absurd?
Honestly, I thought the champagne was the stupidest drama.
It was pretty cringy.
And then it doesn't help that Kelsey's just like a hot mess express anyway. So
she really is.
When that champagne exploded all over her face, I was like, you know what? That's very accurate for you.
Yeah,
so.
It was just insane. You guys need to watch the show. If you like drama, tune into the show. You're gonna, because I can guarantee you this episode tomorrow that comes out is gonna be filled with drama.
So much drama. And it's so good though, guys. Like you really do, like you pick a character. Oh my gosh. You pick a person and you're like you get invested into that person and then you just want to watch to the end to see what happens.
Yep. And then you also hate people too. And it's like, oh, I can't wait for this person to go. But
yeah, pretty much.
So who all is left in this episode? Or in this season?
I'll have to look. Let me look it up.
Okay.
Because I don't exactly remember.
I think there's 9 or 12 girls left. I think 9.
I think you're right.
But it's narrowing down. I can't wait to see what happens.
Oh my gosh, I know, me too. Next episode is going to be so good.
No, I can't wait.
Okay, so who's left on The Bachelor? Oh, okay, so he actually started with 30 women.
Wow.
Okay, so there is Hannah Ann, which I'll show you guys pictures. So there's Hannah Ann. So if you're listening to this, make sure to hop on our YouTube channel,
Yes.
subscribe to us so you can see these pictures as well. Kelly, which Kelly's one of the ones I'm rooting for. Actually, funny story about her and Peter. They met before The Bachelor filmed because he was at a hotel at a class reunion. Yeah, and she was at at this hotel for something else. Needless to say, they met in the what is the thing called?
Bobby?
Yeah, in the lobby. They
Yes.
met in the lobby, hit it off, like danced together. He didn't know if she was coming on this season or not, and when she showed up, he was all excited, so that
Oh,
made me happy. That's one reason I like Kelly, because they have such a cute backstory.
that is cute.
Kelsey,
Hot Mess Express?
Hot Mess Express. Madison, which is the one he took on the first group date,
Yes.
and his parents loved her. McKenna, Natasha. Who's this one? Sydney. Oh, I said that name really weird because my
Still,
nose is all kinds of stuffed up.
still not sure how I feel about her.
I know. I don't know if I like Sydney either. Tammy. I don't know if I like
Mm.
Tammy.
Yeah, I'm over her.
Victoria F. Okay, so like Victoria F, I kind of like her, but I like she's kind of annoying.
Yeah, she's still like on that edge for me. I almost like her, but I almost don't like her. I can't tell if
Yeah.
I like her or not.
So this is Victoria P. She's left. Um, Cheyenne, I think is how you say her name.
Sheehan.
Yeah, that's right. Wait, he got
Oh,
rid of her.
wait, I'm trying
Oh,
to think. Did he kick her off last
yes, it actually does say eliminated. Okay.
episode?
I
Which I'm
gotta.
surprised she got eliminated, honestly, because I thought she was, I don't know, she was
Okay.
one of those ones I didn't hate, but I didn't really like. But I was surprised he sent her home instead of Tammy.
Yes, I was too. So I think everybody else is eliminated that's on this list.
That's insane that it's already that far into it. I don't even remember a lot of the girls that were on the
So
first.
he has Hannah Ann, Kelly, Kelsey, Madison, McKenna, Natasha, Sydney, Tammy, Victoria F, Victoria P left.
Oh my gosh.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10
Wow.
girls left out
Wow.
of
He eliminated
30.
20. That's insane. It doesn't feel like he eliminated 20.
No, it doesn't at all.
That's just crazy. Guys, if you watch The Bachelor, comment down below who's your favorite and who got eliminated that you were hoping that, to at least see a little more of. If there's anybody like that, let us know down below. We are curious because, I mean, this is just getting crazy. Down to 10 girls already. It's almost like, whoa, what the heck? It makes me wonder how many he's going to eliminate tomorrow, if he eliminates any tomorrow.
I wonder if he's only, since they're down to 10, I wonder if they're going to only start eliminating one.
I hope so because I feel like there hasn't really been a lot to the show. I mean, granted, like you said, the first time I watched the first episode, you said it's 3 hours, but you said it was either 2 or 3 hours, but it doesn't feel that long because you get so into it.
Yes.
And the episodes are long, but it's like, it's still not enough. Like, oh man, I want to keep going. Like, I want to keep watching
Yes.
it.
And
So,
if you guys haven't watched The Bachelor, I highly recommend giving it a chance.
yes, give it a chance because it's great. And we might have already touched about this earlier, but so out of the 10, now that we know who is out of those 10, who would you pick right now?
It's so hard because like I said McKenna earlier, but like I really like Victoria P.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go with Victoria P. almost.
I don't blame you. I mean, was she the one that was like she worked in a doctor's office?
She's a nurse.
Oh, she's a nurse. Okay. So
Yes.
she's caring and kind. That's cool.
Yes, and she doesn't take crap from Peter. Like, so with the whole Alea drama, like he went to her to ask her how she felt about Alea, and pretty much she said she knew Alea outside of the house, but Alea didn't want her to tell anybody. Well, when Alea came back, she like kind of threw Victoria P under the bus, and Peter kind of told Victoria P that it was all her fault that he sent her home. Well,
Oh,
she was like, you know what? That's fine. You can think that, but I don't want to be here if you're gonna act like that. And he pretty
dang.
much was like, okay, like I don't want you to leave
Mm-hmm.
because I really care about you. So I don't remember if he apologized or like what exactly happened, but she ended up staying. So,
Yes. Yes. Oh man, that drama was insane. Even thinking about it now, I'm like, I almost want to watch that episode again just so I can watch the drama again.
right?
But and then I'm gonna have to choose. I'm gonna choose Madison just because the first date with his parents, and she, like you said, she's very under the, like, she's not under the radar. Like, she doesn't really put her nose into drama where it doesn't belong. She doesn't really say where she stands with
Yeah.
any drama or the girls. So, oh, excuse me, you guys. I'm gonna have to say Madison. But I like
Yeah.
Victoria P too. I'll be happy with the only girls I wouldn't be happy with winning would be, I don't want Tammy to win just because she showed her true colors this last episode.
Yes.
And I'm still not sure how I feel about Sydney. And I'm still not sure how I feel about Victoria F.
Or Hannah Ann.
Oh, yeah, Hannah Ann. Yes. Oh, man. I can't
How
stand her.
how could you forget about Hannah Ann?
Stand her. I can't. I think it's great. Um, but yeah, so it's a good time, guys. Give it a try. If not, that's cool too. But join in on the conversations with us because it's fun. It's fun to talk about it.
Yes. It really is. And like it's really nice to have a friend that watches it with you so you can
Yes.
like text while the show is happening like we did
Yes.
all yesterday.
It was insane because we were like, okay, wait. We were like, because we both have the internet provider TV networks. So we were like, wait. We were like, are you on the same part as me? Like, okay, I think I'm live now. And we were watching it and we were like, what the heck is going on? Like,
Yeah.
it was so much fun. But yeah, guys, grab your BFF, grab some popcorn or Taco Bell, one of the two, or both. I'm not going to judge you. And sit down, watch the show, give it a try because it's great. It is great.
It is.
But I guess let's go ahead and kind of turn it to another side of, like, it's funny and it's drama filled and stuff, but there are like some serious things about the show that I've kind of have problems with. I don't really want to say I have problems with it, but it almost kind of gets under my skin a little bit. And I think you know where I'm going.
Yes. We actually talked about this last night while we were watching the episode.
Mm.
There is actually no plus size or even mid-size body types.
Yep.
And really, from like watching this from Colton season 2, because he was the Bachelor, there was no, same thing, no plus size, no mid-size bodies. Like they're all skinny girls. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? That's great. Like, if you love your body, that's all that matters. But at the same time, like, they're being very, not very body inclusive, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and the only reason why it kind of bothers me so much is because, like, I know that there are young girls that watch this show, like not super young girls, but like teenage girls that
Yeah.
watch these shows and they don't have anyone that they can really look at and be like, "Oh, she's mid or plus size and she can be on The Bachelor." Like, that makes me feel like, I can go to the prom and not be self-conscious about myself. Like, that's the thing that annoys me about it. And don't get me wrong, all the girls are beautiful. It's not
Yeah.
that. It's just you have to kind of think about the viewers that are watching it in today's society and say, okay, well, let's at least make it a little. But I will give them, though, it's very diverse. It has also all sorts of different cultures in
Yes.
women. There's all sorts of different, ethnic backgrounds. But at the same time, it's like it would have been nice to see a mid or plus size girl in a bathing suit and being confident in front of the camera. Like,
Yes.
that would have been great. That would have made me feel better about, this summer being in a bathing suit.
Well, and it's like, do they actually, is it just these kind of girls that apply for the show? Or like, are they handpicking these girls based on how their appearance is, or like does Peter give them a list of what he wants and like they go off of that? Like how does that process work? If any of you guys know, please let us know because I'm very interested to know that.
Yes, I'm
Um,
curious.
and I said to Cash yesterday while we were texting about last night's episode, because they had the bikini pictures taken, and I said to her, well, they probably don't want plus size or mid size girls because then they have to order bigger sizes, like a bigger size range for
Mm-hmm.
the clothing they use on the show because
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, whatever. They're going to do whatever they want. And maybe next season, of The Bachelor, we'll see a mid to plus size woman because the world is starting to become more open about it. Like we said last week with the clothing stores, they're starting to be more, wide range. But that's just something you think about. And it's something that's kind of like, you know what, dang it, I want to see a plus size girl on the runway, or I want to see a plus size girl posing in these photos and looking like Ashley Graham model. Like, that's
Yes.
what I want to see. Dang it, Bachelor and Bachelorette, get with it.
Get with it. Oh man, I really need to blow my nose, so let's take a intermission for a hot sec. Sorry about that, guys. When you got a stuffy nose, you just gotta blow it.
Yes, do not hold it in, blow it out.
Yeah. But going off of that, I I just want to see more sizes represented in
Yeah.
more things on TV, not just The Bachelor, but like other TV shows as well that are like influential for younger girls, like teenage girls, college girls, young adults. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we were not raised in a society that taught us to love our bodies. We were raised in a society that taught us to be skinny or else you're not beautiful.
Yep, and that's
So,
fine. Well, I will give it to Disney Channel though. We did have Raven Simone, thank goodness.
yes.
And she made me feel better about my body. But come on, guys, it's 2020 now. We need to start seeing more plus size women in the game. We
Well,
need
and you know what? Like, even I started rewatching Lizzie McGuire on Disney
to.
Plus,
Mm-hmm.
and she wasn't like a super skinny girl either. Like, she was more not plus size, but like mid size, I would say. Like,
Oh yeah.
she had hips and like,
She wasn't bone thin like
yes.
Miley Cyrus.
And the sad thing is, like, I remember her having body issues because she wasn't like that.
That's sad.
It really is.
That really tugs at your heartstrings because it's like you look at these girls growing up and you want to be like them and you want to love them and you guys, I'm gonna say this real quick. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Do not watch what you say before you say it. And before you go calling someone fat or calling someone ugly or calling someone this and that, like there's so many more factors that can go into that. Like we've said before in our body positive episode. I remember things somebody said to me in 5th grade. That was like 15 years ago. That was almost 15 years ago.
Yeah. And like, if you're a mom and you have younger girls or even boys, don't talk bad about your body because they're looking at your body and saying it's bad, so they're gonna grow up doing the same thing.
Yep.
So just try to be positive for your little ones. Not even if it's not for yourself, just do it for them. So they grow up having a positive outlook on their bodies.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, let us know down below, guys. What do you think? Wouldn't it be awesome to see a plus size bachelorette?
Oh, I like that.
That would be amazing.
A plus size bachelorette.
Heck yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, or a plus size bachelor.
Dad bods are in.
Dad bods are the thing. Oh man, dad bods. Ugh, that's weird for any dads out there listening. Forget I said that. Um, that's weird. But yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, just like guys or just like girls, like embrace your body, men. Love it.
Yes.
You're strong and masculine no matter what.
You don't have to have six-pack abs to
Mm-mm.
be handsome or attractive. Like, embrace your body.
Ryan always says, as long as you smell good and you can make a girl laugh, that you're attractive. That's what he
That
always
is a
says.
good way to look at it.
As long as you don't smell bad and you're funny, he's like, you can land a girl. And I'm just
Okay.
like, I mean, yeah, because I've been down that path of smelly men and men that don't brush their teeth, and no.
Same.
Yikes.
Yep.
But yeah, let us know down below, guys, what you think. Did you like our Bachelor episode? And maybe at the end of the season, we'll do another recap and we'll kind of talk about the second half of the show and who won and all the drama that was unfolded and
Yes.
all that fun stuff. Or if there's another show you want us to talk about, let us know, because I think that would be great.
I'm always up for binge watching a show, so
Yes, me too. So
we could always watch it together.
heck yeah. I need to catch up on Grey's Anatomy.
You know what show we should do?
Which one?
Glee.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do a Glee episode.
I think a Glee episode would be awesome.
Yep. All right, let's do it. We already got the idea. We can talk about the songs. We can talk about the characters. We can talk about the drama. Oh man, guys, this is going to be a good one. So you don't want to miss it. Glee, Glee, Glee. I love Glee. But anyways, we don't want to get too far into our episodes. But is there any final thoughts on The Bachelor, Nick?
Is it time for the final rose?
I think it is time for the final rose.
Okay, well, I think we're forgetting, like, we do our, my gosh, our rant of the day, but, like,
yes.
I feel like our rants were kind of more about the fact that, like, The Bachelor doesn't have plus size or mid-size women on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't really have a rant of the day today.
That's okay.
Other than the fact that my hair just did not curl the way I wanted it to curl today, but that's fine.
But it looks beautiful. She's fresh out of the salon today. She looks gorgeous.
And I got balayage, I think is how you pronounce it.
Nice.
So yeah, me and Cass both got that because Cass just got her hair done too.
Yeah, my hair was, before that, my hair was very dead. So I feel way better with my hair the way it is now. But there's nothing better than coming out of a salon chair feeling beautiful.
I agree.
But it's been a fun ride. It's been fun. Tomorrow there's another episode. And thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Stay tuned because a Valentine's Day episode might be coming up.
Oh, I love Valentine's Day.
Uh-huh. So stay tuned for that, guys. That will actually be, let's see, it's
probably our next episode.
Yeah. By the time you're listening to this, exactly a week from right now that you're listening, we will be posting a Valentine's Day episode.
That's so exciting.
So if you need ideas for dates or gift ideas or, romantic movies, we got your back. So
we are your girls.
Mm-hmm. We are your girls. And we'll talk about a funny story about, it was 2 Valentine's Days ago?
Yes.
We'll talk about that. We don't want to spill the beans too soon, but
I still have the text messages. Let's just say that.
Man, that was we were feeling some type of way. But yes, our Valentine's Day episode is going to be coming up. I just want to say a quick thank you to Nikki for putting the videos together every week and doing the amazing thumbnails and putting so much time and effort into this. And for coming up with the idea to do this, just a quick appreciation for Nikki. Everybody give a round of applause for Nikki. Yay!
Thank
11
you.
is honked out in the computer chair. He has been sleeping. He's really sprawled out too. So me and 11 are going to be spending the rest of our night just kind of chilling. I have to pick up a gallon of milk. Adult life. So
I feel that. Joy is upstairs with Justin. He's playing video games, and I am literally just probably going to drink a cup of hot tea and clean up some more clothes because it looks like our clothes exploded all over our guest room because I'm slow and didn't put everything away yet.
Oh yeah, right now I need to do laundry. It's like a laundry bomb went off or something in my room. Oops.
Yep, it happens.
But we hope you guys
Comment.
enjoyed this episode. Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
I was just gonna say, comment if you hate doing laundry as much as we do.
Oh yes, or if you hate doing chores in general, let us know.
Yes, really.
But we hope you guys enjoyed this, and as always, we always have a blast doing this.
Yes.
So, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, all of that fun stuff.
YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yes. Keep giving us those views. We love doing this for you guys, and it really motivates us to keep pushing forward. So thank you guys for everything.
Yes, thank you. You guys are the reason we do this. We wouldn't be recording still if we didn't know we had some listeners. So
yes, thank you guys for listening.
But it is time for the final rose. Next time on Two Eyes, One World.
My name is Cass.
And I'm Nikki.
And you know what you're listening to.
Two Eyes, One
World.
Talk to you guys next time.
Bye.
See ya.